Hello, everybody. It's Creation again with Situation with Creation, and welcome to this, next taping. In my last tape, I talked about relationships, and this is part two, because the first one was more or less talking about the heterosexual relationship being different from the same-sex relationship, but this time I want to talk about the understanding that a life that if you don't find that special someone, that in spirituality to me, that there is a relationship out there that's a spiritual one between you and the creator of creation. And so I thought about this for a long time because I notice people are looking for love and they can't find the right partner. And that can be very devastating to the feelings or to your self worth, to yourself, how you feel about yourself, your self image. And so to me, I live my life in the understanding that what if I never find that partner? Should I live my life, in misery and in despair and waiting for that partner to show up? I know I believe that there is somebody for everybody out there, but I want to talk about the relationship between myself and the creator being the gay man. And this is how it goes. And this is my perspective. This is how I believe. Not saying that everyone should, but if this helps you, then bravo. If not, then something to learn. If you don't like it, that's fine too, because it's just for my personal, not for everyone else. And so the relationship that I have with the creator is based on I'm the creation, and the creator is the creator of the creation. So to me, in terms of my feelings and emotion, I always have to go back to origin of where I come from. So to me, I believe that I'm for the creator as a creation because I'm creative. And to me, if I never find anyone, if I never encounter a man or someone that I would think would be a partner for me, I will always have my first partner, and that's the creative creation, where the love comes from, where the peace comes from, where all the feelings and the emotions and everything that we experience in life in terms of relationship first begins at the starting point with the creative creation. And even though I've never heard, I guess, the creator creation voice or seen the creator creation, but the evidence is real in terms of how people interact with each other and their feelings and emotions and thoughts. And when I say feelings and emotions, the difference to me is that a feeling is, say, the sensation you feel, like if you feel a gentle breeze, and you say, okay, that's a really peaceful feeling. I really like that feeling. It makes me feel relaxed. An emotion is an increase in that feeling, like a hurricane or a tornado. That's emotion. So to me, I think I want to dwell more in the peaceful feeling as opposed to the overwhelming emotion that would cause me to behave in a way that may be destructive to myself or non-peaceful for myself. So I thought if I'm going to increase in emotion, why not increase in peaceful emotion? And that way I won't harm anything and it's in tune with the creator creation. And when I finally meet this entity or the creating force of where I come from, it will always be established. I already know in peace how the relationship is going to go because of the evidence in the creation that's already put here in harmony and in peace. Peace is for real to me. I believe in peace. So to me, like in my first taping, I talked about the creator pattern. And so to me, that is something that's about everything and anything. So this is how I think of my relationship. My relationship with the creator first starts that the creator is first, the wind, air, and spirit that I use every day because I didn't create it. I mean, even before I was even into this existence that was here before me, the wind is already across the planet. The wind already exists. So to me, the creator is that creating force, that is that wind that keeps me alive and breathing, even when I'm sleeping and not really controlling myself consciously. It's the creator that's in control of whether or not I'm going to stop breathing or wake up by the way I'm created. So then the creator is also the water that I drink every day and keeps me alive. And the creator is the light, fire, and heat that keeps me alive. On the outside, we know it as the weather. the water, the wind, and the light. That's the weather out there. We didn't create that weather out there. That weather was there before we were even here. So to me, the creator is the weather, and then the earth is like a vessel that the weather inhabits or that the weather is in. Like I am a container. On my outward, I see some, my face, which is my earth, flesh, and dust. But inside, it's like the weather is going on inside there, working together as a system, as the body, and then outside as the creation, as like an example of what we really are. In turn, you ever seen a peaceful day, when you're at the beach or you're somewhere relaxing? That's how our normal state should be, is in a peaceful state. Or have you ever seen somebody murderous, irate, so mad they're ready to tear, destroy people, kill people? That's like a tornado, hurricane, and the weather is bad, is destroying everything outside. We have a weather problem. So to me, inside of me is the creator as the idea of the weather as working together as a system in peace, instead of that tornado weather or the weather that's not peaceful and it destroys everything. Tearing up houses and land, and putting water everywhere. So then the creator is the information, the wisdom and knowledge of peace that's already here before I was created. Peace is real. Peace is a behavior, an action, an interaction that always exists. It's just that we don't have the awareness of it because of the way that the systems of this world works, or just mankind who are not looking for peace, and they're more looking for money making, greediness, and things that peace won't really be doing. But if you become aware and take time to think about what the peace is for your personal self, you will find the creator creation in a peaceful state. Because I believe our peaceful state, or I'm sorry, our normal state is to be at peace. And if you don't believe me, why do you want to go on vacation after working? Because you want to be at peace and you want to rest. Well, why not live like that? Why not have a job and a career that's based on that peaceful way of believing and living? And that's a relationship with the creator creation in real living life. So the creator also, being the creator creation first, and then the mind of the body, the creator created the mind, the mind of the body and how it functioned, remembering, learning, and things that were already put there just by being formed through sperm and egg, if you want to call it that, or just the creating pattern that was given to how I became a man or come into the existence by the elements that were already out there in creation. You know, the first man and woman, if you want to believe in that, they got together, they created some children. They didn't create that pattern of sperm and egg getting together and creating a child. That comes from the creator creation. So to me, I like going back to origin. Whenever I have a problem, I always think about the origin, because, this world and the way things are going, they don't know how to be at peace. Some of them do, some of them don't, and there's just too much trouble going on. So what I do is create my own reality and my own, if you want to say, bubble, shield, space, where the creator and I are in a relationship and awareness that I know that peace is how I'm supposed to live. And there is a creator, a creating force that put me here. And that's my first and original relationship before I'm even out there trying to pursue, oh, I need someone to love me. But you know what? The creator loved me first. So why not just go with the source and the origin of where the first relationship is? And I believe it's with the creator, creation, and peace. So with that information, the creator is information, wisdom, and knowledge being on the outside first, like as the creation that I interact with in everyday situations. No matter how man can take the materials of the creation and use them to build buildings and make cities and societies, it still was first from the creator creation before they started making up their ideas of how they think things should be. And to me, I'm going with the origin and not with what I already see, because to me, it's not in the right system or in the right behavior of things in peace. So to myself, I'm gonna start with my own personal interaction with the creation and know that the creator, the truth being the creator, actually what is out there, not what I think it is or hope it is, but what it actually is. Even if I don't know and I have to go discover it, I know when I do find what it actually is, it'll be known as truth, and truth is the creator to me. So then I get into, the creator is the mind of the body, the creator of the creation, and also the control of the system, the how things work as a system, whether it's the outside, like the weather, or the earth that holds the weather, or the body, or the system where the creation and also myself as a body is working together as one system, is still origin in the creator creation. And that's why I say my first relationship, if I want to feel love, if I want to feel peace, before I'm looking for Mr. Right out there, at first I need to have a relationship with the creator that created Mr. Right. If I don't have a relationship with the one that created the Mr. Right, then I'm not ever going to be happy. And I'll always be out there trying to find somebody to make me feel love when I should be finding that within myself with the creator creation. So to me, the creative pattern is first I would say outside as the creation that's built before my body even comes into existence. And so I believe the creative pattern being the wind and the water, the light, fire and heat, the earth, and then the creation and the system working together. And then the information of how that system works, whether it's in peace or tormented or whatever, however, the creator has created this wind or this system to interact with itself, but the peace part is what I'm choosing because that's the part that's safe for me, and I believe that's what we're supposed to be, even though we may have some bad days, but it's not forever, it's just temporary. But peace should be permanent and forever and eternal. So then after the creator is the information and wisdom and knowledge how everything works on the outside of myself. I didn't create myself. And then the creator is the creator of the creation, and the control of the system of the outside. And then I come into existence as a created being. My name is creation because I believe I'm a created being from the creator. And so I call myself creation amongst my friends. Like I said in the first video, I have a family name named Tyrone, but I call myself creation for my own personal spirituality and my own relationship with people. And then Tyrone is my family name that I also honor. I don't hate my name, but to me, if I choose my own name, it's creation to the creator creation. So now we're going to get into on the inside of like the created being, my body, my the vessel, temple, place of holding, however you want to call it. The creator pattern still works on the inside just as well as it's on the outside. It's the same thing. The creator is the wind, air, and spirit inside of the cell or body, or I say the cell because, sometimes the self can transform into other things, but we'll get into that into another video. But as of right now, I'm talking about the relationship with the creator creation and its created being, the creation here. My first relationship and the origin of relationship. And so the creator is wind, air, and spirit on the inside. The creator is water, liquid, mist on the inside. The creator is light and fire and heat on the inside. The creator is the earth, flesh, and dust on the inside. The creator is the whole thing working together as a body, as a system. And the creator is also the information and wisdom and knowledge of how it all works together to produce what it is like for myself as creation, you know. And then the creator is the creator of, the mind that, controls the body. The creator is the mind. And the creator is the control of the system, how it all works together from the outside to the inside. And then to me, that both outside is now the creator pattern to me as my faith in peace, and which is truth to me, actually being the creator. And then the creator is the creator pattern on the inside, which is, the creator is the control, being peace, and being the truth to me. So now after I got those two parts, now the third part, what makes it works wonderfully all together, is the creator pattern where the creator is in control of all things that goes on. This is where the relationship comes in and the caring and the love and the peace for how we actually live every day. We get our daily needs. We need to know, what's the next thing that I have to do to be happy or to feel like I'm wanted, or it all has to start with the creator creation inside of yourself and then yourself as second, because you didn't create anything. You definitely didn't create yourself, and I'm not even going to argue with people who think otherwise, but they're allowed to think what they think, and I'm allowed to think what I think in peace, and I won't judge them. I'll just understand where they're coming from and say, okay, I understand that. But for me, I believe I have a creator, and I believe I'm a creation, a created being of the I'm created. And so the creator creation now in origin is still the same pattern as a whole system, where the outside being the creator pattern, working with the inside being the creator pattern. Now we go back to the origin where all of it come from, and it's still the creator pattern. It's still the creator being wind and air and spirit, how we live every day, the water, liquid, mist, how we live every day, the light, fire, and heat, earth, flesh, and dust, and then working together as creation and a system or even a body. And then the creator being information, wisdom, and knowledge, how it's supposed to work and function in peace according to the will of the creator creation. And then the creator is the creator of the creation, and then the mind of the body, and the control of the whole system of the outside, inside, being the origin, which is the creator pattern and truth being peace. So to me, I think I love myself, which I love the creator because I love myself and I didn't create myself. So I love the force that created me because that's how normal is. Normal is to love and care for yourself and be at peace with yourself. And you be at peace with the creator first because truthfully, once you examine yourself, you will learn that I didn't create myself. When you go to origin and say, oh, there's a creating force, but let me start there with the creating force being truth as a creator in peace. So I live my life every day being thankful for the wind and the water and all the things, light, earth, working together as a system, information, wisdom, and knowledge, being at peace. And that's where I find my serenity. That is where I find my spirituality. That is where I find my peace of mind. That is where I find my sanctuary, a place that nobody else can have because I'm an individual to the creator creation. There is no copy out there. There is no other me out there. There may be lookalikes, there may be clones, or if you want to believe in such a thing. But to me, as a self right here, there's only I'm unique and I'm one of a kind. I'm right here with the creator creation with my own personal relationship that I'm going to honor first with the creator creation in love and in peace and accept myself the way that I am, the way that I look. It does I the creator did not make any mistakes. So no matter what I look like, no matter what how big something is, how small something is, or whatever it is about my body type, hair, mouth, teeth, whatever it is, no matter my situation, I am to love myself because the creator created me and I exist and manifest the way the creator wants me to manifest in peace and in love from the creator creation. So I started thinking, you know what, first I'm gonna establish and get acquainted with the creator force, the creator to me being truth and peace for my life. And then we're going to work on Mr. Right out there. Because if I'm not happy within myself and happy with the creator creation that created me, then I'm not going to be happy with Mr. Right. Because Mr. Right is going to need to be everything I need that I need from the creator first. And that's not fair for them to be responsible for my feelings, for my emotions, and for my well being. They're supposed to be an add in for happiness from peace from the creator creation, not something that I need to depend on that if they were to leave, that I'm going to feel miserable and do something drastic. No, I'm going to be still loving myself with the creator creation, where the creator loves me first. I love the creators, and then I can love Mr. Right with the creator creation because inside Mr. Right is a creator pattern just like me, except it's in a different manifestation from Mr. Right. So that's what I want to talk about today in terms of the first relationship from my own personal perspective of what relationships are. My first relationship is with the creator creation, loving myself, from myself to the creator creation in peace, in the creator pattern and truth, where my peace comes from. So this is my little spiel for today, or for this little, this segment here. And if you want to subscribe, please do. If you want to be a part of the community, please do. If you have questions, please ask them. This is a safe place. This is where you can learn who you are, ask questions about how I have a foundation that can help you and lead you and guide you to whatever it is that you need to do and manifest as your own peaceful way of living with the creator creation. So I am creation. This is situation with creation, and you have a peaceful day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.